What a great week for Cade. All right, that's Nightly News for this Thursday. I'm Tom Llamas. Thanks so much for watching. Tonight and always, we're here for you. Good night.
How are you? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. Apply at matson.com and McDonald's of Guam. I'm loving it.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
Community volunteers hard at work preparing to open a Tier 2 shelter. I'm Matsuki Hirayama with why this shelter is critical for families in Jigo. After Typhoon Sinlaku, accessing clean drinking water has become a daily challenge, but the Guam Waterworks Authority is stepping in to provide temporary relief while working to restore their services. I'm Nevaeh Anderson with more on this coming up.
The calm in the storm. During Typhoon Sinlaku. Meet baby Legacy Sky coming up.
Typhoon recovery updates are brought to you by Burger King, reminding island residents to keep informed and stay safe. IT&E, connections that matter. KFC, it's finger licking good. And SPPC 76 Circle K, take it easy.
And as you just saw, Guam is now in recovery mode. Half a day, everybody, from the KUAM News studio here in Harmon. Good evening, I'm Jason Salas. We are KUAM, and these are your top stories. Well, we are now 2 days into recovery here on the island of Guam after what was at one point Super Typhoon Sinlaku's passage. And today, over 250 residents relied on emergency shelters across Guam, making the transition into Tier 2 shelters. Our Matsuki Hirayama reports on why this shelter is so critical to families that were hit hard by Sinlaku.
Here in the Zero Down subdivision in Jigo, which was ground zero for Typhoon Mawar, is now back in the spotlight in the aftermath of Sinlaku. Families who sought refuge during the storm coming home to find little of what they left behind.
It's already this one, but you see like the long roof, the one on the top,
oh, yes.
where the rope, it's already come off, so my brother have to climb up. Yeah, and then just fix it the next day.
Like many others, Jigo resident Sally Roosevelt and her family hunkered down in Machinaunau Elementary School during the worst of the Category 5 storm. But what they discovered coming home was heartbreaking.
Where we sleep, it's all like total damage. And mostly like my auntie's house and my brother's house, like the roof came off and everything was already wet inside.
Just pallets remain of Roosevelt and her daughter's home, with the majority of their belongings in ruins. But the mother is remaining strong, saying she's grateful to the community who quickly mobilized to offer support. Husband and wife Samuel and Bruna Macedo are with the Universal Church in Dededo, their church community assisting families across Zero Down on Friday.
So a lot of the trees went down, and since the houses here, they don't have a lot of structure. Most of them are not concrete. We see a lot of things just fell, and it's bad. So we're trying to do the best as we can to help them.
Opinion is just fresh in their memory. It's not too long ago that we went through this, and now we're just a little bit better prepared in terms of awareness, what to do, what not to do, and just trying to help each other out. I mean, we're all one family. It doesn't matter if you're Micronesian, Chamorro. We just have to help out.
The church group also helping out at the Jigo Gym, which has been designated as a Tier 2 shelter. This as the government of Guam transitions emergency shelter operations to Tier 2 for long-term disaster recovery, with the American Red Cross now taking the lead. Volunteers racing against the clock to quickly open the Tier 2 shelter, with Guam DOE schools expected to reopen for classes Monday. Over 250 residents making the transition to the Jigo shelter Friday afternoon, including Roosevelt's family. Officials say that number could grow as they prepare to take in more people who may need shelter after Sinlaku. Back in Zero Down, Pastor Samuel says right now, families here need power, water, and safe shelter the most, and community action to help rebuild.
If everybody out there could stop asking GPA, hey, when is my power going to come on? And how about you go to your neighbor and help him or help her? It doesn't matter who they are. Don't ask what somebody can do for you. Ask what you can do for somebody else.
In the meantime, this shelter will be critical for families like Roosevelt's as they work to rebuild their home. I'm Matsuki Hirayama reporting for KUAM News in Jigo.
Well, moving on to our residents up north, the sun was shining today up in Saipan as that community started to pick up the pieces. Our Jonah Gancharfer spoke with Tomas Manglotnia, the founder of Marianas Press and a former KUAM reporter.
We learned from the National Weather Service that this super typhoon, was twice the size of Mawar, and it stuck around for more than 50 hours, Joan. And that was the number one thing. I went out into the community yesterday and today. They all told me that even compared to the last super typhoon, Yutu and Sudalor, this was by far more devastating. This typhoon stuck around for a while, and people, quite frankly, still have anxiety and are traumatized understandably by that.
Tomas Manglotnia providing an update after the destruction that Sinlaku left on Saipan.
In terms of power, more than 11,000 homes are still without power across the Marianas. And I think right now the Utilities Corporation is prioritizing putting their generators up to pump water to everyone. Rhoda has its water back online, but Saipan and Tinian has low pressure to no water at all.
He says the big question has been about the airport.
That's access to all the aid that we're hoping comes in, right?
After this interview, the Commonwealth Ports Authority management stated they have begun recovery efforts by assessing the Francisco C. Atta Saipan International Airport's runway and airfield. Executive Director Esther Atta says, quote, "The safety of our staff as they make the assessment is foremost, and we ask for the public's patience and understanding as we are working very hard, 24 hours a day, to have the airport operational, to receive our returning residents, send our visitors home, and receive humanitarian aid and outside assistance."
People want to know when help is going to actually land.
Everyone that Manglotnia has spoken to at the stores and out and about have all shared the same sentiment.
While we are beaten, we're not knocked out, and we will come out stronger just like we do every time. And so there's no shortage of hope, and hopefully as we're getting literally the first sunlight that I've seen in a while.
The Typhoon Condition 1 has been canceled on Rhoda, and recovery efforts are underway.
We're going to see, hopefully, some conditions cancel in the next 24 to 48 hours for Saipan and Tinian and the Northern Islands.
Now, we have all seen the videos and photos of destruction.
We haven't heard of any major injuries or casualties. Of course, a full damage assessment hasn't been done. Yesterday, I was able to interview a firefighter who was refueling his truck after one of the first gas stations opened for first responders. And one of the first things he told me was he's so grateful he can refuel his truck because now they're going to rescue missions to go into those secondary and tertiary roads to rescue people who are trapped.
And he closes out with this.
You know, I asked everyone I interviewed today what they want people outside of Saipan to know. One person told me, "Pray for us." The second person told me, "Be there for us when you can." So that's what I want to share.
Jonah Gancharfer, KUAM News.
And of course, our continued prayers here from each and every one of our Guamanian, because all of us have friends, family in Rhoda, Tinian, and Saipan. Tomas, our thoughts are with you and all of our familia up in the CNMI. All right, moving on in our rundown. Water outages are affected villages here on Guam following a Typhoon Sinlaku, leaving residents without a basic necessity. And in response, emergency water tankers have been deployed as restoration efforts continue. Our next report is with our Nevaeh Anderson.
Here at the Dededale Mayor's office, this tank is a lifeline for residents who are still without water after Typhoon Sinlaku, as the Guam Waterworks Authority continues their work to restore services island-wide.
Among the challenges our community faces now that the typhoon has passed, loss of water is a major one. From Jonya to Jigo, entire villages are grappling with outages, moving residents to line up at emergency water tanks set up by GWA. These water tanks and flex tanks have been deployed to village centers, including mayor's offices, churches, senior centers, schools, and gyms, offering residents a temporary but essential source of water. This morning in Dededale, families waited in line for their turn to fill up. Machinao resident Mensch says his home has been without water since Tuesday morning, just as Sinlaku passed Guam.
Kind of hard, yeah, and we really appreciate what the mayor did, or waterworks, do all these things for the residents so we can be able to survive with. We do prepare in advance, but it's just that we're underestimate that we will have enough water, but not. So this is what we do, like I said, we don't have enough water, so we have to go out and get water, yeah.
For now, these tanks are their only option as they wait for full service to return.
To all the crews, waterworks out there, I know and we know you guys do your best. So we give you guys good luck. Keep up the good work.
And while many are grateful, some community members shared frustrations with the tanks, telling KUAM that the current setup of just 2 faucets per tank slows the process of filling multiple families' containers at once. They suggest GWA adds hose splitters with extension hoses to speed up the process. Dededo Vice Mayor Ann San Agustin Leon Guerrero says this demand reflects just how widespread the outages are. Residents from Machinao, Ironwood, and even Jigo have been coming by for water.
I know GWA has been working really tightly on getting the waters up and running. That's what we know. They've been through war, they're aware of the situations at the public, so we just want to extend the public to be patient. The GPA and GWA are really working, hard to get us up and running. We're talking about the whole island, so we have to be patient.
She reassures the community that the Mayor's Council of Guam as a whole remains in close contact with GWA and the Guam Power Authority as their crews work together to bring systems back online.
And they do tell us that they are working tirelessly to get the pump up and running. Because, most of the time it's basic, it's the generator. That's how it runs. But we are kept well informed.
More water tanks and flex tankers are being prepared for deployment to the areas listed on your screen. This especially as the Joint Information Center issued a precautionary boil water notice on Thursday for residents who lost water for between 24 and 48 hours. Low system pressure increases the risk of bacterial contamination, either through runoff entering water sources or disruptions in treatment. Samples are being taken throughout the entire water distribution system and will continue in areas as service is restored. But until further notice, GWA urges affected residents to boil water for drinking, cooking, brushing teeth, and washing dishes. With no clear timeline for full restoration, many residents remain in limbo, relying on temporary solutions to meet daily needs. Nevaeh Anderson, KUAM News.
As to the other utility agency, the Guam Power Authority is asking the community to give restoration crews space as their work continues across the island following the typhoon. In a public advisory, GPA says crews are actively working in multiple areas throughout Guam and no village or sector is being left behind as teams move diligently throughout the system to safely complete repair work. Officials say stopping crews to ask about restoration timelines can delay progress and create safety risks. GPA is urging residents to allow line workers and support teams to continue their repairs without interrupting them so power can be restored as quickly and safely as possible. The agency says its focus remains on restoring all feeders and returning island-wide power to full capacity. Residents are also reminded to report any downed power lines to GPA's trouble dispatch number at 475-1472, 1473, or 1474, or by direct messaging GPA's pages on Facebook or Instagram. We will have more prime time right after this, everybody. Please stay tuned. You're watching KUAM.
Spring is here, and it's blooming with savings at Kmart Guam. Step into the season with fresh styles for the whole family. Tackle your spring to-do list with tools for every project. Get everything you need to be spring ready. Find it all this season at Kmart Guam.
You're watching Prime Time. Welcome back to KUAM, everybody. Once again, I'm Jason Salas. Senior centers and adult daycare facilities across the island will remain closed as recovery efforts continue following Typhoon Sinlaku. The Department of Public Health and Social Services announced that all centers will stay shut down through Friday, citing ongoing restoration needs, with officials saying services will not resume until both power and water are fully restored, ensuring the safety and well-being of participants and staff. Public Health adds it's continuing to assess conditions across all service areas, and they will provide updates as recovery progresses. For more information, you can contact Public Health directly or visit their website, dphss.guam.gov. And now we have some inspiring news as our island welcomed 10 new babies born during Typhoon Sinlaku, and our Destiny Cruise Langus sat down with parents Anna and Brian Kanata, their son Legend, and 3-day-old daughter Legacy Sky, talking about their quite unique and amazing birth experience. Here's more.
As Mother Nature showed her strength earlier this week, more than a handful of expectant mothers also showed theirs, with a total of 10 women giving birth at the Guam Memorial Hospital during the storm's period. Ana Kanata is one of them. On Wednesday morning, as Sinlaku's hazardous conditions continued to linger, she and her husband Brian welcoming their daughter, Legacy Sky, into the world.
When I got out of the bed, I was already 6 centimeters dilated, so it was really fast. And then they checked me again. I was another 7 centimeters, so it was just a rush from the labor and delivery room to the actual delivery room.
And amidst a quick labor and delivery process and all the chaos happening around them, they say their little girl was the calm in the storm.
It was like a breath of fresh air.
And after the tough part was over, anxiety finally setting in. The couple hoping to bring their newborn home to a comfortable and safe environment, as Sinlaku caused widespread water and power outages throughout the island and destruction to many residents' homes. But upon arrival back home, relief washing over them.
We got home, went straight in, turned on the light. We're like, yes, babe, we got power. We went and grab the kids. Oh, we opened the door and it wasn't flooded.
Yeah.
Very lucky. We're very lucky.
Now with their utilities on and the storm's passage, the Kanatas are settling in, ready to enjoy every moment of family time. And while the saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child, it's clear they have a strong one behind them. The two, both employed at Arashi and Dedido, feeling the love from their team.
They're very supportive. They offered a helping hand with drinks, water, ice, somewhere to charge. They're really helpful. It really means a lot in a time of like this. It means a lot.
Meantime, they shared this message of support to all the families who also welcomed their bundles of joy recently.
I'll say, first of all, congratulations to everyone. Hopefully the support for everyone else that doesn't have their utilities.
We're the few lucky ones that have our power. That's all we ask for. That's all we ask.
And as for Arashi's viral social media post announcing their baby's name is Sinlaku, the couple says it was all in good fun, though they add it is a strong contender for her nickname. Destiny Cruz Langus, KUAM News.
All right, it's a great story, Des. Thanks so much. All right, moving on to the rundown. Some of your fellow locals, as well as visitors to our island, stopped by one of Guam's most visited beaches after being indoors for the last couple of days due to Typhoon Sinlaku. Our Janice Carrasco headed to Ipao Beach for this story.
One local we spoke with says he and his family are trying to get through the challenges left behind the storm. Despite the challenges, he says he brought the family out to Ipao Beach to search for shark teeth, hoping to bring a sense of normalcy after the storm.
Honestly, we're just cleaning up and just getting through every day, really. We use butane stoves.
Okay.
So not really worried about all that. We're fine without power, really, but water is more valuable than power, really. I just want to take the family out and look for, I guess, shark teeth and all that.
While locals continue to recover, visitors to the island experienced the storm firsthand. They shared when they arrived and how they felt.
How many days?
5 days.
5 days.
And despite the island climate, they were making the best of it.
暑いですね。
Very
hot.
Oh, hot.
Very hot.
Yeah. Yeah. While there were people at the beach watching the waves, the public did not dare to go in the water, heeding the moment to avoid the life-threatening storm surge. We urge that you please stay safe. Janice Carrasco, KUAM News.
And as our island custom and way of life are, while we rebuild, restore, and recover from a natural disaster, we also look out and pitch in for our neighbors. And this morning at the former LBJ Elementary School over in Tamuning, a donation drive was launched by the Adzuta Foundation to aid our brothers and sisters in Chuk and in the CNMI, who, like us, were in Sinlaku's path.
Half a day, everybody. I'm here. I'm Jason Salas. I'm here at the former LBJ Elementary School, where, of course, the Adzuta Foundation is providing a donation drive for Chuk and Saipan in the wake of what was Super Typhoon Sinlaku. John Howard is here. He is a two-time Olympian. He is a proud native of Chuk. But, John, your tradition to continue to support and help your people continues and everything, and this is a wonderful way to do it.
Yes, thank you. And, we're just very fortunate that we have Adzuta Foundation, that, it is their mission to always provide the needs and the support for the islands. So we're very fortunate that we are part of their efforts. to relate the message to our community, to bring water, canned foods, toiletries, tarps, and we're doing this for Chuk and Saipan.
Okay, now, John, it is a very scary thing to talk about, but what can you tell us about the nature of the damage and the destruction that, that your home island faced?
Well, I don't really have the damage assessment for Chuk, but from some videos that I saw, or I seen, some trees and, the roofs even blew away. And, even the taro pads and all those, the sea rice, it's really affecting the low highlands.
There's a lot of farmers there that are going to be really impacting it in a negative way.
Yes, very much. Yes, very much.
Okay, so can I ask if there was a message that you would like to give to your fellow Chukis people, maybe in Chukis and everything like that, what would you say?
Angak Fegen, that's the, this is the right time to show our support, as Chukis to come together and do this for Chuk and Saipan.
Okay, and as your friend and my friend and everybody's friend, our own Victorious Falan says and everything, it is one Micronesia and everything. We are going to pull together and we are going to get through this. So what are maybe some lasting thoughts about how people are coming out, how they're going to donate, and how you continue to help?
Well,
because it's Chuk and Saipan.
Yes. So water, canned foods, even clothing, anything, and then they will bring it here and we will sort them out. And then we will distribute, for Chuk and Saipan. And we're just very grateful for, Ajuda Foundation and, Speaker Plus and the team, and even Matson, these other great partners that they always come together during situation like this. And
absolutely.
We just want to thank KUAM for always doing this for our islands.
All right. Well, John, God bless you and God bless the people of Micronesia.
Thank you very much.
All right. Good to see you, my friend.
Now for a look at your world at home.
We've still got above normal winds and waves, everybody, so please be careful out there. Here's an amazing perspective from the heights.
Maybe that's cold.
Now it pays to spread the Better Together experience. With our brand new referral program, you can earn up to $150 in account credits for every referral you bring in. That's right, family, neighbors, friends, even your coworkers. Just pass them your account name and account number. When they sign up for Docomo Pacific service and drop your info, cha-ching! Credit applied. So spread the word and start stacking those savings. Additional conditions may apply. Docomo Pacific, we're better together.
Tonight's sports feature is brought to you by Cars Plus.
Okay, I just happen to be over here in Thailand. Who are you guys?
Athletics, it's an extension of the classroom. And so that's what we bring out here. These ladies here in any other school, they're going to be leaders someday. Who knows? Maybe even the president of the United States, right? You got to reach those goals. You got to have goals. You got to reach for the stars. And so we just manage the discipline and the ability to manage them where they're able to time manage and also learn to study and build their character along the way and be honest with themselves and know their abilities and just have a great time.
The way we stay locked in is just practice. Our coaches asked us what practice days we want, and we said Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we show up on those days fully locked in. And that also just comes with camaraderie. We just stay together as a team, stay locked in, and focus on our one goal, which is just to play the sport and have fun as much as possible.
Okay, are you guys changing anything about the way you train, the way you prepare, the way you communicate here, like prior to the trip, or is it just like, we know what got us here, this is us, let's keep doing that?
Well, we do change some things is because our lineup and our roster has changed, but other than that, we just keep the same mentality of going out and having fun in the sport that we love.
This is the first time we're actually going to get this opportunity to meet with the Tokyo International University and one of the local Japanese high schools. So bringing that Hafide spirit to them and showing them and that we're very appreciative, that's our utmost importance for us coaches.
And you guys have pins, right?
Yes, we have pins. We'd like to thank GVB, Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio for being able to help us out with that, secure the Guam pins, the shell necklaces, and we have some Chamorro chip cookies and some GVB lanyards as well. So thank you all, thank you all for the support.
We're really thankful for the opportunity, and we're so blessed to have it. And yeah, we want to make sure that we can represent Guam best as we can, because with the opportunity that we have. And we're just excited to play and learn from the girls in Japan.
When we see each other like dwelling on our mistakes, we just pick each other up, and it like spreads around throughout the whole team. So it helps everyone keep up their energy and their confidence to keep playing.
And it seems
best.
like you guys are not just the real essence of team, because it's not just one of us, it's all 9 of us, right?
Yes.
And everybody in the dugout too. But you guys are really a family.
Yes.
Yeah. How close are you guys?
Yes, very close, sir. Absolutely so close. I know where each of these girls live.
Okay.
Stay classy, stay humble, and understand that being in pressure is such a privilege, because a lot of girls in their 4 years would never experience that kind of pressure. So always be privileged that we're in that type of pressure situation, and be in the moment. And no matter what the outcome is, whether we win or we lose, it's the character of it all. How hard you want to put it all, lay it out on the field. And at the end of the day, you can live.
They're really, really good teams, and we're just very grateful to put ourselves out there and to train with them. We know we're going to learn a lot from them, so yeah.
I think the girls are approaching it. Well, we're fortunate, right, to play in spring break. They're not having to miss school, but anytime we go out there, they know it's business. They know they're taking away good foundation and discipline that the Japanese teams always have. So we're just excited for the opportunity.
Have a good trip. We're really proud of you guys. Represent. Have great games.
Thank you so much. Yay.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. Count on me. Count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Freedom, that's a cheap thing. Freedom to ignore this, that's a cheap thing. Sacrificing facial hair to nature and involuntary blood donations, cheap things. No one signs up for an 800-pound bear chase, but if it happens, cheap thing. VIP parking, exfoliating, treating gravity like a suggestion, saying it'll dry. Free-range parenting, forgetting if that's a moose or an elk, all cheap things. Remembering without saying it. Couldn't be more of a cheap thing. Sweating your tail off, freezing your tail off, an American saving another American's tail. Cheap things. Making a cheap vehicle for only people with cash like him? Not a cheap thing. Or confusing capability with unaffordability? No, not a cheap thing. Making adventure affordable? Now that's a cheap thing. So we're bringing you more cheap things this year, because cheap things should be everyone's thing.
News Bites is brought to you by Docomo Pacific, Better Together, and Fresh Food Clothing, original custom design apparel of Guam and the Marianas.
Hafide Guam, I'm Jonagan Charfis, and these are your News Bites. Now, in News Bites, we usually tell you about upcoming events, but these events have been rescheduled or postponed due to Typhoon Senlaku. So the inaugural Ireksan Itasi, a PC festival, has been rescheduled to May 30th and 31st at Pedro Santos Park. The Autism Community Together's Run for Autism, scheduled for Saturday, April 18th, has been postponed as well. And due to the impacts of Super Typhoon Senlaku, the Valley of the Ladi River Festival, the Flavors of Micronesia, has been postponed until May 16th. And for other events that have been canceled, rescheduled, or postponed, you can go to KUAM.com or us on Instagram at KUAM News.
Happy birthday number 45 to Stephanie Araman from your hubby, kids, and the family. And they all say you run a tight ship. And Stephanie, we hope you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday number 45. Have a wonderful Friday.
I don't know what I've been told.
I don't know what I've been told.
Someone here is getting old.
Someone here is getting old.
Dear Cold Stone Creamery birthday cake winner.
Where this week goes to. And this week's winner of a Cold Stone Creamery ice cream cake is Laylee Borja. We hope you have a fantastic day, and we will reach out to you to know when you can safely swing by Cold Stone Creamery and redeem your prize. Happy birthday once again. Want to wish your special someone a happy birthday? Just click the QR code here on your screen or email birthdayclub@kuam.com.
Everybody, let me end tonight's broadcast with this. If you have never truly felt and experienced what it means to practice inafamalik here on the island, taking care of our neighbors, you're feeling it right now, and you're going to feel it in the coming weeks, because please make sure that you extend island courtesy and island kindness to your neighbors, because you'll have their back and they certainly will have your back. It's what we do here on the island. This has been an amazing, remarkable week for all of us. And again, our continued prayers for all of our brothers and sisters up in Chuuk and in the Sinamai. And we will get through this, everybody, as our island continues to recover, restore, and rebuild. I'm Jason Salas. Thanks so much for being with us. Take care.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
Ali, Mugathim, Hafade Zantiro, Rananim, Kasalili, Lengumo, and Yakwe. Welcome back to another episode of the One Micronesia Show. And for this one,